media entrepreneur, like I like to say, that communication is my destiny. What I like to do is communicate, whether by speaking, writing, now through movies, invest in anything that is around the communication. Recently started producing movie. I'm into management. I basically started out as a media person, and I'm still thriving around that line. Just along the line, brought in element of entertainment into BB. You just need to keep juggling things. Time will never be enough, basically. Time will never be enough. But the most important thing, which is what I try to do, is to set goals and priority. I just stick to the most important things at hand. I was saying 2 days ago that I could be all consuming by goals. If this camera, for instance, is my target, the way my makeup is that I can forget every other thing, which is not fair, which has for all those things that you forgot along the line, it's like you are just selfish. You did not remember me. And because I juggle a lot of things together, if I'm not that selfish sometimes, I won't get to achieve what I need to achieve. Even when I'm trying to make adjustments, but I've always been very goal-oriented. I keep at them. I plan to do one academic stuff since last year. I was saying to my people 2 days ago, they didn't know I wrote 2 exams in the last 12 months, just so that I can prepare for the academic pursuit in September. And if you knew me as far back as 5 years, I've been mentioning the academic pursuit since that time. So if I do it now, my former staff will not be shocked because they know. But that's the way I've always lived. That among all the things that I juggle, I keep 2-3 goals that are very important and keep hitting them. Every other thing is secondary. So that is why I've not also been able to keep a lot of friends. Really. Basically, nothing yet. There are things I want to do that I don't think I've done them. The academic pursuit I want to do is a 4 to 5 years program. So if I see a 5 year, one goal that is going to take me like 4 or 5 years, just imagine. I'm trying to say that as I am now, I'm not basically proud of anything yet. I believe that there are a lot of lands to conquer. Let some guys who look at me and they are proud of something be proud of it. But as far as I'm concerned, the goal is getting better. The stake is getting higher, and since I've not clicked all those stakes yet, I'm really not proud of anything. Yeah, I was going to mention it earlier that it's one of those things you need to learn to let people do things for us. I wasn't brought up that way. I was brought up to do things by myself. So basically, I have a lot of things piling up on my decks in my life. But over a period of time, I've learned to let people do stuff. Now, when I say, okay, give me that invoice, give me that proposal, give me that letter. I mean, if you know me very well, if you say you need a proposal, I do it on my laptop. You need an invoice, I do it there. So in short, basically, I want to even learn everything so that I won't have to need people. But it means that you are not going to achieve much if you have to put all those things together. My belief is that we should let people help us succeed. It's just that you also have the challenge of the fact that a lot of these people don't get to do this thing well and right. But the only way you can win is to keep at it, really, basically. Life is an improvement on your last performance, really. That's when life is sweet. When whatever you did last month, you ensure that this one is better, ensure that this one is better. I mean, nobody is expecting perfection from anybody. I actually think it's silly to think that anybody will be perfect. I think it's silly to think that everybody will be all right. That's why when you see some friends say, oh, I don't like this friend, I'm moving on to another friend. There's no rule that says that person will be better. So my thoughts basically around this thing is that if I were you, I will ensure that whatever we did in January, what we will do in February will be better. What we'll do in March will be better. That's the way I've always lived my life. Set bigger goals, set higher goals, and continue to knock things off. I was in my office, then one young actress came to me. She wanted to do something, and I said, okay, let's look at what we can do. So I started checking some materials that I have. In the process of checking, the idea came to me. I said, oh wow, I'm not a scriptwriter. I gave the idea to some girls to write for me, Diche and Tope, and they came up with the story. The story was bigger than what I thought. So with this script conference, they did the second draft. With this script conference, they did the third draft. We took the third draft and gave it to Kehinde Joseph, who also did 2 additional drafts as it is. So it's a combination of the concept was from me, the ideas of the writers, then the ideas of the guys who did the script conference with us. So basically, that's what we have, is an idea. You know, we are in an environment where ideas is everything, really. Yeah, fund actually. We spent over 40 million there, affy. I got investors' money, I got some loan from the bank. I mean, of my own money in affy is 23 million. And basically, if you give me money now, I will take it. That's the state where I am. So I think fund was a challenge. I think that's a major challenge. I would say it was 80% what I wanted. So like I said, there's always that room for that 20% improvement in the next project. I do not think that a filmmaker will be totally satisfied with his job. When you are done, you are thinking that, there's something else. I mean, if you are probably going to talk to the cameraman behind the camera now, when he's done with this job, he's editing, he will say, oh, I should have moved the camera like this, maybe I should have done like this. Basically, that's what filmmaking is about. You look at this area I would have done better, these are things I would have added. That's basically, I mean, I still thought maybe I should have ended that movie said differently. Maybe you should have done like this. But the movie is done, and people came to me, oh, how I like that ending, how I like the way you ended the film, like, oh, and I wanted to improve it. So now maybe that one you even you thought would be an improvement, might be a major minus for the film, but you just never can tell. You keep seeing spots where you feel that you could do better. That's how to be a better filmmaker, actually. I think one of the best things we did in that film was we got the necessary cast. I mean, for each of the roles. There were some of my friends who are not happy with me. I didn't put them in the film. And I understand. But if I look at that role, there's a particular person I'm quite close to. And the person made mention, I said, genuinely, look at that role. Do you think that you would have played better role? Because I got messages with people saying, your major scoring point for me, you got the right cast for each of the role. I do not think it was difficult. We kept thinking. And in fairness, the cast did what they ought to do. And here we are. But like I said, next project, we are going to be thinking how to improve this. So there's that 20% you will feel that maybe I should have done it this way. I'm basically not for award. I'm not the award type of person. Recently I started sitting in front of camera. I'm not a front of camera kind of person. But there are also changes in my journey. So that necessitated that sometimes I sit in front of camera. So I've never been an award person, really. I never bother about it. But reward, I'm big on reward. And the reward for me is that every action has consequence. I mean, if you work hard, in your YouTube, you get a lot of views. It means that you get more subscribers, you get more views, you make more money, your employer is happy. That's the reward of the working hard. So for me, if reward is consequence of my action, I'm down with reward, or any day, anytime. Do I want them to improve on? Yes. Do I hate anything? No. What do I think that we need to improve on? I actually think that I'll start with story. I mean, when somebody said how to make a good film, the lecturer looked at the student and said, story. You need to spend a lot of time on your story. There's a movie I'm involved in now. He's so crazy. As in so crazy. I saw the story. I mean, I came up with the story, I told the writer, and he liked it. He came back to me. I read the first treatment yesterday, 7 page. I was blown away. I just said, what a movie. Now, look at it this way. There are like 10 people reading that treatment as I speak now to contribute their own story. You need to improve this quality of the story. Audience don't know what kind of camera you are using. They don't know what kind of light you are using. They understand the story, improve the story. That is key. Then I also think number 2 is also the production value generally. The production value, the quality of location you use, the quality of the costume. Basically, don't tell us a man is rich and is driving one Honda Pilot somewhere. I mean, Honda Pilot might probably be good for upwardly mobile guy who is making few millions. But when you say somebody is rich, I mean, you should be blazing. You understand? We should improve the production value. Then last but not the least, I know people might not see it that way, but I'm a communication person. I think we need to also improve the quality of marketing. You see, there are people we need to get to. I mean, we need to get to. The world is changing. I say it all the time. The world is changing. The way you used to relate with your parents 10, 15 years ago is not the way people are relating with their parents now. The way people used to, I mean, even if you look at it in this generation, the way people used to talk about boys 5, 8 years ago, it's not the same way they are talking about boys now. The way boys used to talk about girls is not the way, I mean, before, to see somebody smoke weed in public, you have to go to shrine. Now, I was looking at a video director this morning or yesterday. He put weed like this and said campaign picture. And I'm like, what is going on? It goes to show you that the world has changed. Now, if I want to reach that guy, will I not be silly to be saying that, you need to stop smoking weed, or weed doesn't, you understand what I'm saying? So I mean that the world has changed. So our marketing and communication needs to change with it. I'm a fantastic PR person. I can market any movie, anywhere, anytime. But doing the affy, I also saw that a lot of things has changed. I mean, the world is changing so rapidly, we must change with it. I actually feel it is people who can't change with the world that are missing a lot of action. And going back to your question of reward, those are the people missing out on a lot of reward. The world is changing. We need to change with it. When we're growing up, you will not find anybody that will say, I don't want to marry. Maybe 1 out of 20, maybe 1 out of 500. Now, in 500, 300 don't want to marry. I mean, it goes to show you how the world has changed. And some people, when we're growing up, how do we see a young girl, a young boy with certain kind of money? Now, some of those young boys, young girls have those kind of money. And those money, the sources are legitimate. Point is, the world is changing. We must get to find a way to change it. So the third thing, the story, the production value, the communication, the way we communicate about this film, the marketing, look at how many people we have in Lagos. Over 20 million people. How many people are seeing our movies? If out of 20 million people, 5 million people in Lagos go to see your film, forget it. You are going to be the richest filmmaker in the world. But we don't have it. So point is that these guys, do you find those guys are shrine every Friday, every day? Yes. Are they in rumors? Yes. Are they in churches on Sunday? Yes. What makes them go to all these places? We need to find a reason and ensure that they go there. I'm a communication person. I used to believe that I can work with the devil as long as we set the rules right. If you see me totally shut the door on something or someone, the person must be worse than the devil. I have not met such a person. I believe I can work with everybody, everything, but what I want per time will determine the people that I work with. Some actors are the kind of actors who go all out for a project they are in. If that's what I want, I will work with you. I've always said that if I have certain kind of money, I don't even need my actor to be committed to the project. So if I have those kind of money, I don't need actors that will be committed. You get what I'm saying? My need per time will determine what I do with some of these things. Sit and talk to the person. I mean, I've always been like that there's something we can talk about. I mean, that's always been my belief. We can sit and talk to the person. But I also think that in a lot of cases, we indulge what we are not supposed to indulge, really. I mean, there are times you need to take your stand and say, I'm not going to. I've managed a very big star before, and I said, I do not want to see this. If I see this, I will sack you. I will no longer work with you. It doesn't mean that your word will come to an end if I stop working with you, but I will just not accept this particular dealings. And the person and I work smoothly together. The person's brand is better today, though we no longer work together. But for me, we need to also be able to say early enough what we will accept, what we will not accept, what will work with, what will not work. I was saying it, I have achieved everything I wanted to achieve with the affy except the box office number. And I will analyze the box office number for you. Say in December, you have, say, 1 million people, say, every day go to cinema. Now, in January, February, we have like 50,000 people go to cinema every day. So if you are number 4 in December, it means that a week, based on that my number, which is just a what is it called? A figure of my head. That's not the actual fact. If you say, based on that my number, 5 million a week, Abby in 5 days, 7 million in a week. So if you are number 4 in December, your number is like this. If you are number 1 in January, February, your number is like this. You are number 1 with 250, with 350, while that person is number 4 among 7 million numbers. So I believe that we could have either used a lot of money to drive traffic to cinema, but is it not better to be in cinema when there's natural traffic? So I mean, that's basically, it's only the box office number I do not think I've achieved, but in comparison, it's not a bad number, but I wanted more. No, I already knew there is an uphill tax. I mean, I said to my distributors actually that I wanted to postpone it because January, February, the numbers that go to cinemas are small. In January, February. In short, up until like say May, the numbers are small. And you need to check the trend of last year. But I actually thought I was going to have access to a particular kind of money. So I could have used money to drive traffic naturally, but I now didn't have access to that kind of money. But I'm also very appreciative. I've been to Ibadan twice recently. 80% of guys who come to the box office came to see the affy. So for me, that is good, more than enough for me. Like I said, you said priority per time. I'm the type of person who like that people should understand me the way I understand people. I mean, we'll strive better as friends. If you know I don't know how to call, I have a friend, you know the guy, Carl, he comes here. One year he called me like this. He said, oh girl. And I said, what happened? Oh, not see birthday, me. I said, He said, but you know what? I totally understand. That's my makeup. Sometimes even me, I forget my own birthday. I do. So I let family know that for this reason, this thing I cannot do. For this reason, this one I can do. So, like I said, if people are sincere enough, they know and they understand you, they don't want to overly change you, they will understand that it's not that you love them less. It's just that maybe for this reason you can't do it. But like I said earlier, you just know when one should be a priority, when one should be less priority. I've always been big on that really from the beginning. I'm more of a businessman than just a practitioner. But I've always loved Sonny Obasoja, the publisher of Complete Sport. He's inspired me a lot. And I've had a one-on-one with him. I love Tyler Perry. I love what he's done with his life. So these stories have inspired me a lot. And one way or the other, I've also been very impressed with the story of Bishop David Oyedepo. I like the way he's lived his life. And if you check, maybe other than Oje Agbasi, Tyler Perry, okay, both are in the media. So basically, those kind of people inspire me. But beyond that, I now also have brothers, senior, that I go to and say this. Okay, for instance, I'm starting a new business soon, and I was with somebody who has done the business yesterday. I was with him for over 2 hours yesterday night. He was explaining to me what it is, what I need to know, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? He's an egbon. He probably had not reached the level of, say, a role model, mentor, as it were, but he has guided me for that period in my life. The CEO of your company is one of my egbon, that's Mr. Fagade. I've had time to sit with him. He's inspired me. I hope to go into politics in 2023. All things being equal. I've made some inquiry about it last year. I've not done anything on it this year, but I might be going to politics in 2023. This is what I feel. I believe that we can't change the world if we let charlatans take up political space. Last week, because I've been so consumed with the goal of the affy, I didn't see a lot of things. But last week I was in the office. I think I was listening to particular content online. I can't remember. And it dropped in my spirit. Why do you do what you do? I like to see people succeed. I mean, I don't know why. It's one of my callings, really. I just want to say, no, why is your life like this? Can we move it from here to this place? Can we do? I mean, that's why sometimes you find a lot of people around me. And some of those people might not be like my best friends. But I mean, my thinking, how can, one of my friends, I think he wrote the call to bar that AY is doing. I know he's been having a lot of financial difficulties. He will call me and say, I need this. Look, he's never paid me back any money that I've known him since 2002 that I've known him. Never paid me back any money alone. Then, but we grew up together, from 2002. Then one day I called him and I said, do you know you're a fucking gifted writer? Pardon my language, fucking. He said, yes. Why are you not writing script? So first I got him a gig. He helped a particular person write a book. They paid him 500K. Then I began to plug him in, plug him here. And now this person, they are calling him and giving him 200, 150, 300. This is a guy that will call me for 10,000. You call me for 5,000. Because it's one of my goals that how do I help other people succeed? How do I make the life of other person better? And when I asked myself last week, I realized that my life was better when I was so concerned about making other people succeed. So I said to myself, maybe part of the collateral damage of being focused on DAFI, because I've been on DAFI for more than 1 year. It's been like since February last year, was I didn't see a lot of people's needs anymore. So I said, I need to go back. And you see, it's my makeup to see how, I'm not joking. If, for instance, I become the governor of Ogun State, for instance, I can put money on the fact that in 4 years, Ogun State will almost catch up with Lagos. If I rule Ogun State for 8 years, Ogun State will be the next Dubai. A chaotic mess, if we are going to be honest with ourselves. A chaotic mess filled with people with a lot of potentials. I mean, sometimes I don't even understand Nigeria. I try not to analyze Nigeria. Nigeria is a mess. But when I look at Nigerians, I see people, resilient people. I see people, resolute people. I see people with potentials. I see people who want to. You know, I was watching a video today of a young girl on IG. I'm like, man, what a talent. I mean, we need to, we really, we need to be happy about Nigerians, but genuinely Nigerians seem to be sad about the state of Nigeria. What I don't even understand is that why people don't work on their goals, why people don't even know what they want to do. We need to be able to know some of these things on a more serious note. We need to be able to know some of these things. We need to be able to ask ourselves that what do we want to achieve? Where are we going? I mean, when we are very specific with those goals, that is when we can now say, you know what, this is it. But you just come into the industry without the goal. It is the goal. But I also think another thing we need to learn to do, please, let us begin to build relationships. It changes everything. I mean, you are where you are today because you know somebody will know where you are. Believe me, where you are going tomorrow, you just need to know 1-2 person who know the way to that place. So we need to learn to build relationship. We need. I used to say to somebody in this place that I work that stop frowning. The worst that they would do is probably ask for your number. I mean, when has that? Have you not seen people even walk up to you and say, "Guy, I want to sleep with you. What do you want to do?" I mean, I've seen gay call me gay. I would like to be your boyfriend. I said, are you joking? I've seen gay in my car who say, can I give you head? As in, are you joking? So what are you saying? So I've learned to build relationship. And I've seen relationship where they look at and say, what are you doing? This is how you are supposed to dress. No, don't. But you should understand that people are laddered to the next level. We cannot, if the time we even come, you'll be sad that nobody is asking for your number. I still don't believe I have fans though. But thank you to everyone that have seen the affy. I'm most grateful. You guys kind of humbled me. I've been to box office where people just came out to see the affy. I've seen people come out of the hall and say, watch a movie. I've seen people come to me and say, you must do part 2 of that film. We love it so much. And I'm like, so this thing we just did like this, people like it this much. So I'm grateful. Thank you to those people. Please continue to watch MOMOTV. It is a platform of choice. One way or the other, I'm part of Momo. I've just not paid enough attention to Momo, but hopefully this year I'll be able to do that. But the truth is that you are spending a lot of time online. Stop wasting your time on content that are not worth it. If you want qualitative content, stick with MOMOTV. Thank you.